Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ewan McQuaid and it is Wednesday, that means it is NWA Power Review Day, and today we are talking about the Go Home show before something from the shadows. Even the commentators got it wrong. When the Shadows Fall, I think. When the Shadows Fall pay-per-view, which is on June the 6th. So shall we get into the show? I will tell you what I liked, what I didn't like about this episode of NWA, starting off with the opening. Now, we opened with no Tim Storm this week. He is off on assignment, which means we've got Pope on commentary. And I think Pope did a really good job. To be honest, I didn't think he was great in it at all. I thought he really added a new sort of flavour to the NWA Power commentary team. And yeah, it was really good. He was really good throughout the night, and he was also really good leading into this next match, which was Aaron Stevens and Kratos versus the War Kings for the tag team gold. Now, this started off with a Stevens and Kratos promo where they basically just stared each other down. You know they're going to implode at some point, and it's really cool how they're keeping that on the boil, not having it yet. I thought it was going to be this week personally, and they'd have a match at the pay-per-view, but no, they are still the tag team champions after a really interesting match with the War Kings. Stevens got worked over for most of it, and Kratos came in, got the hot tag, ran wild, and then in an interesting angle at the end, Crimson from the War Kings was lying on the ropes when a mystery attacker clocked him in the face, and then Kratos got the 1-2-3 to retain the belts. Now, who this might be, I'm not entirely sure. When looking at it, because you could just see the eyes, I thought it was one of the Briscoes. I thought it looked like one of the Briscoes from Ring of Honor. It's probably not. It's almost definitely not. So I'm really intrigued to see who this is, and I'm assuming this will be answered at the pay-per-view itself. But a really fun match, really good power spots from Kratos. Kratos is really cool, and I like the idea of putting him over as a mercenary more than he is a partner to Aaron Stevens. I thought that was really good. Next up, we had a promo from Nick Aldis, and this was a typical Nick Aldis, really good, well-delivered promo. He is the dealer, he is the puppet master of NWA. But again, it seems like things are going over his head, and he's becoming a little bit unhinged when he finds out who some of the competitors are in the Battle Royal later on tonight. One of those being Trevor Murdoch, because of course it is. And he wasn't thrilled about that, to say the least. And that led into a glorified squash match against Mims, non-title match. It was really good. Nick Aldis is really good. It's really good to see him work, because I haven't actually seen him have many matches in recent months. Sort of just like slow affairs. There was the one where Trevor Murdoch came out at the end, but nothing like spectacular. It was just nice to see him back in the ring. And yeah, he won pretty decisively over Mims. Really good. Makes all this look strong. Going into not back for the attack. I'm going to keep nearly saying that throughout this video. When the Shadows Fall. I think that's the name. Next up, we had Thunder Rosa versus Camille. Maybe they advertised this for next, as in this week, from last week's episode, but I really thought this was going to be a pay-per-view match, but I'm guessing we'll be having some sort of either triple threat or something for the pay-per-view with Serena Deeb, Camille and Rosa. Well, this match went how I thought it was going to go. It went long, it went the distance, the 20-minute time limit, and both women came out looking amazing. Not that they aren't already, but Camille really stole the show for me. I think Camille's great. She's really cool. Everyone knows how much I love Thunder Rosa already, but Camille, she's a star. She's an absolute star. Her offense is really cool. Her moveset, just the way she carries herself in the ring is really cool. I'd like to see a lot more of Camille. I think she's going to win the championship. Personally, I think she'll be the one to beat Serena Deeb. But even still, it was a great match. And I don't know where they're going to go from here. They haven't really said if Thunder Rosa can wrestle for other promotions. They were a bit sort of skewed on that. They didn't really say who the #1 contender was. Imagine we'll find that out very, very, very soon. You would think, because they've got to start. As far as I'm aware, there's only one match announced for the pay-per-view, and that's Trevor Murdoch versus Nick Aldis. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see what the pay-per-view is like. But this was a really potentially overbooked matchup. But it was just really fun. It was just really fun to see these two go at it. Sorry, I lost my train of thought a little bit there, but it was just a really good match. I really like the women's division in NWA. Slightly overbooked with Melina and Taryn getting involved. That was a bit, that felt like they were extending it to the 20-minute mark by having those interference spots. But I really liked it, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. Yeah, could go many different avenues, this one. Next up, and finally, there weren't many promos or anything really on this show, which is a bit strange for NWA. And this show's like an hour long, so they actually crammed quite a lot in there. We had the 14-man Battle Royal with, I nearly put Austin Idol, no? Yeah, Austin Idol. It is Austin Idol. Don't know why I said that. And Nick Aldis were on commentary. And this was a big beefy match with lots of big guys in there. You got Strictly Business in there, you got Trevor Murdoch, of course, you've got Tyrus, you've got all these guys just going at it. And this was a very fast-paced battle royal with NWA rules where just one foot needs to touch the ground. And that was pretty interesting compared to, WWE style battle royals where, there's always a skin in the cat spot. And there was a skin in the cat spot here, but it was just nice to see people get thrown through the ropes and eliminated. It was a very, very fast-paced battle royal, but it eventually came down to Trevor Murdoch, Tyrus, Tom Latimer, and Chris Adonis. Pope got involved. He pulled Tyrus out from under the ring. That was really nice, furthering their feud. And then it just came down to Murdoch, Latimer and Adonis, and that was just gold, because you just want Trevor with Murdoch to win. He's a really, really good babyface, and him overcoming and Nick Aldis just fuming, absolutely fuming on commentary. He was so good over commentary, him just arguing constantly and single-handedly targeting Trevor Murdoch on the commentary desk. Oh, it was great. It was really great. And Trevor Murdoch won by throwing Chris Adonis into Latimer, who eliminated, Latimer, and then chucked Chris Adonis over the ropes. It was quality. It was absolute quality. I cannot complain about this main event. I thought it was great, and it set up the pay-per-view really well, with a great promo from Trevor Murdoch at the end following an attempted beatdown from Aldis. Now, I feel like I've gone quite quick through this, but there was very few things on this show that I didn't like, and it was very trimmed. It was very meaty. There was not a lot of filler on this show. The matches that they had were really good and really heightened the performers who will be at When the Shadows Fall. So I can't complain. I'll give the show a 4 out of 5. A cracking episode of NWA Power. If you haven't watched it, I'd go out your way to watch this and probably pick up the pay-per-view, because it looks like it's going to be really, really good. Really good. I'm really excited for that main event. Let me know what you thought of NWA Power down in the comments, and I will try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.